excellent academic tutor. So, in our previous video, we discussed how we could outmaneuver the first example that we had. So, in this video, I want us to finish the discussion that we previously had started yesterday. So, our example here tells us to say the fifth and the eighth term of the geometric progressions are 80 and 640 respectively. The first question here is asking us to find the values of A, which is the first term, and R, which is the common ratio. The second question here, which is part B, is asking us to find the first 5 terms of this particular geometric progression. Now, given that we have been given the fifth term and the eighth term, okay? And we also know that the formula for us to find any term in a geometric progression is Tn is equals to Arn minus 1. Okay, let us use then this formula to find the values of this particular elements that we've been given to find, which is A and R. How do we do that? This is now how we're going to do it. Okay, first and foremost, we are going to form two equations, one pertaining to the fifth term and the second one pertaining to the eighth term. How do we do that? So, since we know that Tn is equals to Arn minus 1, we take the fifth term here, which is 8. So we say T5 is equals to, what is A? We don't know. R, equally we don't know. Our N is 5. So it's 5 minus 1. Okay. We come to the other one, which is the eighth term, which is 640. Again, we say T, the term that we're using is the eighth term, which is equals to A, which we don't know, and R, N, which is our eighth term, so it's 8 minus 1. Okay. So from here, we go down again. What is our fifth term? Our fifth term is 80. So here we replace with 80. So it's going to be 80 is equals to our A, which we don't know, and our R, which we don't know. 5 minus 1, we're going to have 4. So this is our first equation. For our second equation, we replace here our eighth term. What is our eighth term? Our eighth term is 640. So 640 shall be equals to our A multiplied by R. 8 minus 1, we have a 7. Okay. Now we have two equations, one for the eighth term and the other for the fifth term. Okay. So from these two equations now, we're going to find the value of R. How are we going to do that? We're going to divide this into this. Okay. So we're going to take 640 is equals to R7. Okay. We divide it here. We say 80 is equal to AR4. Okay. So we divide 80 into 640. If we divide 80 into 640, what is going to be our answer? Our answer is going to be 8. So we have 8 is equals to, here our A and our A are going to cancel. Okay. From there we have R quadrupled into R7. What is going to be our answer? Our 4 there will go. 4 into 7, we have a 3. Okay, so we have R cubed. 8 is equals to R cubed. Okay, how do we kill the cubed? We introduce the cube root. So we say the cube root of 8 and the cube root of R cubed. The cube root and the cube, they cancel, and therefore we have R is equals to the cube root of 8, which is 2. So our common ratio in this particular problem is 2. Okay, this is how we can find the common ratio given any problem of this particular kind. Now we move on. Now that we've found our common ratio, we are now going to find our first term. Okay, so to find our first term, we can use either this equation, we can use either this equation or this equation. Any of these can work. Since we have our R, so we can use any equation to find the first term of this particular equation. Okay, so we are going to go with the one for the fifth term. Allow me to just cut the board here so we can create some space for us to solve some more. Okay, so we are going to get this equation which says that 80 is equal to AR quadrupled. By the way, quadrupled is any number that is raised to the power 4. Okay, we have our R, which is 2, so we replace 80 is equals to our A, we don't know, that's what we're looking for. Our R 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That is what we are talking about. We are saying 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 8. 8, so we have 16. Okay, so 2 to the power 4 shall give us 16a. We divide both sides by 16. That and that goes, and therefore our a shall be equals to 5, because 16 is going to go into 85 times. Okay, so now we have found our common ratio, and we have also found the first term of this particular sequence. We come to the second part of the question, which says find the first 5 terms of the geometric progression. How do we find the first 5 terms? We have already found the first term we have, okay, and equally the fifth term we have been given, which is 80. So what is left for us to find is the second term, the third term, and the fourth term. Given that we have already found our a. What is our a? Our a is 5, and our r there is 2. Okay, so we have our a and our r. Returning to this question, all we have to find is the second term, the third term, and the fourth term. So the second term. Again, we get back to our formula, which says that Tn is equals to a Rn minus 1. So to find our second term, we say T2 shall be equals to our a. What is our a? Our a is 5. Okay, 5 multiplied by our r, which is a 2. Okay, 2 is going to be raised to the power 2 minus 1. Since our n for this particular problem is a 2. Okay, so this shall be equals to 2 multiplied by 5, and this shall give us 10. This is our second term. We go through to find our third term. Again, it's the same procedure that we're going to use to find our third term. We are going to use this term formula to find the third term. Feel free to pause the video and try to find it out before you actually see how we're going to find it, and see you can compare the answers at the end of the video. Okay, second term shall be T3, which shall be equals to, the first term obviously is 5. Okay, 5 multiplied by our r, which is a constant 2, multiplied by 3 minus 1. Okay, so we're going to have 5 multiplied by 2 to the power 2, which is 2 squared. Okay, so we have 5 multiplied by 2 squared is a 4. 5 multiplied by 2 squared, what do we have? We're going to have a 20 here. Okay, this is our third term. So let us go forward and find our fourth term. For our fourth term, again we are going to use this same particular formula to find the fourth term. For the fourth term, we are going to replace here by 4 and here by 4, because we are finding the fourth term. And then we're going to replace this by our first term, and this by the common ratio, which is a 2. Okay, so T, we say this is our fourth term, so we place here by 4, shall be equals to, of course, we have our first term as 5 multiplied by our common ratio, which is 2. We're going to have a 4 minus 1. Okay, so this shall be equals to 5 multiplied by 2 raised to the power what? This is going to be 2 cubed. 4 minus 1 is going to be 3. So we have the 2 cubed. What is the cube of 2? The cube of 2 is going to be 8. So we have 5 multiplied by 8. 5 multiplied by 8, we're going to have a 40. Okay, so the first 5 terms of this particular geometric progressions is going to be 5 first, of course. What is our first term? 5, of course. 5 comma second term, which is a 10. Okay, our third term, which is a 20. Our fourth term, which is a 40. And of course our fifth term, which we were given, which is at 80 here. Okay, so this is the solution to this particular problem, and this is how we basically solve questions involving geometric progression and geometric series. So see me in the next video as we are going to solve problems concerning geometric series and sequences to finish up this particular topic so that we can move to the next topic. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this.